Hello and welcome to the 12th and final in the Zellen art classes. My name is Preston, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who've supported me over the last year. It has been most gratifying. Let me start by saying abstract art is a journey. I myself have gone through many different stages, from happening art to art informel, to any other kind of abstract art. And we find our progress is ever changing. And I myself have changed a lot, and what I said 12 lessons ago I no longer believe in today, because I myself have progressed, I hope. So today's lesson basically is about where I'm at the moment, and it is the joy of painting. And it's a lot more formal structure, a lot more of me being put into the painting, not just waiting for a luck by throwing paint at it and calling it expressionism. Now, after years of practicing abstract art, I found that I can actually think about what I'm doing, think about what I want and put it down, because I have experienced enough with all the techniques to understand what they're going to achieve when I do something. I more or less know what a scraper is going to do, what a sponge is going to do, what soft water spritzing is going to do, what hard brushwork is going to do. So once you know all of these techniques, the effect of them, you can start manipulating them into what your eye wants to see. So it is a mental process. It's not just, well, it can be just a pure luck process, but what I'm going to show you today is just purely an engineered abstract approach. So here we go. We'll start off just penciling in a few strength lines. You can almost do it with two pencils. You're just sort of looking for movement, and just some nice moduli lines, keeping movement, keeping strength, keeping movement, and a lot of squiggly stuff in between. But we've got a basic structure here in our composition already, which I've thought about what I want. So I know that's a strength line. I've got this movement across, I've got another holding line, I've got another little strength line there, and that's about enough. So what we need is to ground it as well, so this line here will ground the painting. That's enough. From here we go on to strengthening our basic composition by enhancing it with black. So let's add the black. Remember, this is a wet-on-wet process, so you'll always have your spritzer at hand. You can even wet the canvas to begin with, not much, but we're really going to layer the paint on so that we can manipulate it in various layers. So here we go, a little bit of black, pushing that black line in, that one, that, this little figure there, maybe some strength there. There's the movement across there, a little bit across there, down, and let's just link that for strength, movement across. All right, that's given us some nice sort of almost Japanese calligraphy to work from. So now we're going to move on to another background colour. Applying quite, just put it in quite strong where we want it. This is applying it quite thick, not being too precious about it, keeping it in an area, so it sort of, if this is our darker, the painting will be weighted down. We'll come into our lighter colours, probably introduce our lighter shades from here. So that's enough of that. It's called Jacaranda, lovely colour. Move on to another background colour, our red. Again, we just throw it in, bonbon char, round, a little bit dirty there, just attitudinally see it. Right, a little bit there, continue there, there. We're going to use a lovely dark pink because I think it goes well with red. It is a lighter colour, so bam, bam, wham. Again, just absolutely letting the canvas have it, you know. Now I'm going to introduce some orange. We thought of our yellow probably coming in there, so orange would be a mid-tone colour. Quite there, maybe there. Changing stroke there, bringing a little in there, across there, and a little bit on the way out. Some lovely Aztec yellow, lovely fun colour. Again, I'm going to start, but use it to dance across the top of the painting. Quite thick, not scared. And then fading out on this side here. A little more possibly there. I'm not moving the paint much, otherwise we will get just a dirty grey or dirty brown. So we don't integrate the colours too much at this stage. Now I'm going to lightly use a sponge roller, quite generously covered with paint. Right, so my roll is well covered. Again, here these will be very light little, just some strange integration of wheel effects. Somewhere where the eye can go and rest on. And hard to achieve this type of effect other than with a roller, because I know I've got blue and orange and yellow and almost green because the blue and the yellow have mixed and they've made green. So it's impossible for you to do this or plan it or paint it with colour and think you're going to get the result. It's almost a knowing fact that if I smear the two, my mind says, let's introduce a bit of this blue. I can take it a bit further. We're lightening the painting from this side, so bam, wham. Tam, bam. Coming across now with the blue, just little bits, a little more maybe there, just solid, there, there, there. So you're not messing with the paint too much. Take my scraper, which is a different effect to the roller. This is a hard-edged scraper. And just give it some other types of effects. So I'm just giving it some strength lines at the moment. Sometimes taking the back of my thumb and just smoothing out areas that I don't like, or I feel I've cut my strength lines. There's certain movements in the painting that you don't want to weaken. Now I come in with a darker blue. Just solidifying some areas, giving it its strength back, where it's a bit weak. So just having fun, putting the blue in, just having fun with a spickledy roller at the moment, just giving some texture to various areas that I think should need some movement. Here we must rectify that. Even if we take off quite a lot of paint with the back of our hand, it doesn't matter. It helps maintain the movement of the painting. You need some strength lines. All right. Now we come with our most effective colour, and that of course is white. So here we'll really give the painting its movement. Before I do white, I just feel a bit of pink would be nice. Right, taking the back of my brush now, giving it some funny squiggle lines, just to integrate it a bit maybe. Move back now, down now, down here, Right, not letting the smear areas happen as smears, not overworking anything. I have I have a lighter white here, sort of titanium white, that I will bring up the highlights of once this is dried. So I don't want to mess with the way this pink and blue have been smeared. These are all happenings, and the painting should dance with vitality, have some sort of colour combination that appeals. Yellow and blue and orange always go well. Red and pink go okay. So I've sort of stuck to complementaries, and I've got enough texture and playfulness. There are times to stand back and just have a look at your work, see what's happening to it, analyze it, if you will, and say to yourself, what do I like, what don't I like? So at the moment, I want to just join that. And remember, when I say my brain is in control, that doesn't mean to say that every stroke I do, I think about saying, oh, it goes like this and like that. I just put it down and trust it all. And then during my assessment periods like now, I will take the red and go a little bit, because I really want that red there. And I'm careful about what I do, absolutely careful. Here I want to pad off some red, so I just literally strengthen that red area there. Here this red can be softly patted in there, but not overbrushed and not spoiling the colours that are there. See how you can literally change that entire area just by putting in, let's say this is a face with swishing hair, that could be a neck. It just, it needed a bit of red. And sometimes this helps strengthen the painting, leads the eye from one red to another red. There, I just flick it in over the top, lightly. My brush is hardly touching the paint. Here, literally ladling it on, it's as thick. Help that red off there. Help that red come off there. Strengthen that red there. You can see the extra red now, what it's done. Now I'm lacking a bit of this blue. It's got a bit absorbed into the painting. I'd just like to pull it back in and somewhere, so I'll get that through. So one of the lighter colours, so it will enter from probably there. And remember, abstracts can be worked from any angle. Here I see it better. Boom, boom. I see that blue better there. Boom. A little bit there, thank you. Always, if you're going to introduce the colour from its side, then at least be there for the colour. and sham. Little blue, little blue, right. Literally, sometimes you'll find the painting works better upside down later on, but what will give it its natural position on the wall are these little drips and linear work that sort of by nature have sagged the painting down. That will help it to say where it's got to be. And when you're putting a painting up on a wall, and there is light movement from this side to this side, there's more white here, and I'll even put a bit more dominant white there, then I would make sure I hang it on a wall where the light works from the right to the left. Right, so we don't want to overwork this piece at this stage. Let me just assess it again. Blue here would be nice. That blue's coming in, that blue, this dark blue here, coming here, could come off here a bit. It's coming there, it's coming there. Don't want to overwork it. Quite like this area here, just this, the way this black dot and this yellow. And I'll show you the close-up later, because there's a lot of intricacies that are underneath here that you're probably not seeing from this distance. But when you'll see it in the close-up. All right. Right, here's my dark blue again, the navy blue. And I just push it in, quite bold, quite bold, quite bold, thick brushwork. Pad it in to place, pad it in, pad it in. Little pad it in. You can see that a painting like this can be finished in a half an hour. But I will wait for it to dry, and then there's a lot of other subtle work I'll do with overglazing to push and pull the painting. So to make my recessionary areas a little, I'll take a light suspension of black and just edge out things so that things pop out. But I don't do it now because I know the wet on wet is too wet. You work wet on wet the way you know it should be worked, while you can work it, and then you change your application when she dries. You then start doing a different technique. But generally speaking, the painting will end up looking something like that. So I'm going to give you a close-up look, but from me, Grant Preston, I hope you've enjoyed my lessons and that you've learned something from them. Even if it is the one and only golden rule about painting is enjoying yourself. So from me, ciao.